Bethesda have announced Skyrim Special Edition will be getting released sometime this year. I have just seen the little showcase they uploaded, and it seems to be giving us basically a bit of a look at the new upgraded version of Skyrim. Although to PC gamers it won't look that upgraded, it just looks like a fairly heavily modded version of Skyrim, which we are completely used to. I don't know much, but from what I can gather, PC users are going to get this for free. If you own the game already, you're going to get this for free. I don't quite know how that's going to work, whether you'll actually get two separate games or whether it will just replace your old one, but we're getting it for free. PlayStation 4 and Xbox One users can buy the game for, I think, the full price. I think it's like a $60 game. It's a new platform. It's a new, well, I'm not sure it's a new engine, but I think what they've done is they've taken the Fallout 4 engine and moved some of the new stuff back onto Skyrim. Your old consoles are almost certainly not going to be able to handle that. Now, it does look nice. It looks like it's got good lighting, it looks like it's got better shadows, all of the things you've noticed in Fallout 4, so it will mean you won't need an ENB to fix many of those horrible lighting issues. You may find you still want an ENB because you might want certain colorations, and the ENBs are almost certainly going to be superior to some of the effects in the new version, but you know, on the whole, you can probably run the new remastered version on your PC, the Special Edition, without an ENB and have it look pretty good. With one exception, I think. This is just a guess, but I'm going to guess the anti-aliasing is going to suck, because the Fallout 4 anti-aliasing does, in fact, suck. It's terrible, it's horrible, it's pretty non-existent, to be honest. And for someone like me who plays at 1080p, because I have to record, aliasing can be an issue, so that's one of the things I'm not looking forward to. So will this be worth it for console users to pay what will probably be the full price of a AAA game for this new version of an old game? That is probably going to come down to your own, your own finances. It is an old game, however, you are getting, I think, from what I can gather, all of the DLC, so it's the main game plus all of the DLC, plus the upgraded graphics. You're also getting mod support, so that's another thing to think about. They are going to be basically implementing the exact same system that they have for Fallout 4 for the consoles. This is obviously going to be very good news for people who don't own a PC but would love to play a heavily modded version of Skyrim on a console. Again, how modded you could play it is probably going to be an open question. The Skyrim mods at the moment are pretty damned advanced, but there will be a lot of the mods you can in fact use, and I'm thinking of things like Falskar, which is whole new content. That's a whole new area. It's a DLC sized expansion pack almost that was made by modders. Well, one modder in particular and a bunch of voice actors and so on and so forth. You will now have access to that if that mod maker uploads to BethesdaNet. I suspect there will be quite a lot of mod makers willing to do that. There are plenty of other mods that will add huge amounts of content, so forget graphics, forget intense performance dropping mods, but just mods that add new stuff for you to do. If you are a console user, you've never been able to play any of that, and you now can. That is a pretty huge thing. Now, before all of the console gamers get really excited and go rushing off to Nexus to see which mods they're hoping will get converted over to Xbox, be warned, there are a lot of mods that just will not make it. And it will not be because the mod author won't want to, it will be because their mods rely on something called SKSE, the script extender. And that is not going to come to console. There's just no way, because that is not a standard mod. It's a third-party executable, and I would say there's a 99.9% chance of that never happening. And a lot of mods use that not just to do whatever it is they're doing, but they use it because they use something called the mod configuration menu, the MCM. It's a special mod that is part of a user interface overhaul that allows you to change settings in mods, and it's become pretty much the de facto way of changing settings in mods. That it won't be available, and therefore a lot of mods will need quite a lot of converting to work on a console. There are probably ways we can do it, but it's going to take quite a bit of time, and it will be, well, it'll be messier than the solution we had in Fallout 4. In Fallout 4, you probably know we use holotapes, and you have settings on holotapes. It's a little tougher in Skyrim because there's no Pip-Boy, no holotapes. However, having said that, don't be too depressed, because I do think you will get so many mods you probably won't know what to do with them all. And as I said, really the thing you've been missing out the most on are the quest mods, the area mods, these mods that add more stuff to do. Those are probably the ones that will need the least work to get working on an Xbox or a PlayStation 4, which is great news. Things like that should work pretty well. How well they will perform may be an issue depending on how big the mods are, but I actually have a good feeling for those type of mods. And finally, I'm going to drop the drama bomb. I'm going to make a prediction that will make some heads explode, although I doubt it will actually surprise anyone. I have a feeling we're going to see the return of paid for modding sometime soon. I think we all knew it was coming. Bethesda.net got created, and most of us realised they were setting things up so they could implement paid for modding on their own terms rather than with, say, Valve, which definitely seems like a sensible way of doing it, and it just seemed pretty obvious that they were going to introduce this sometime down the line once they'd ironed the bugs out with the new Bethesda.net system. However, seeing Skyrim Remastered or Skyrim the Special Edition with built-in mod support tends to make me think they really are planning to do it fairly soon. That is just a gut feeling based upon seeing the mod support. I have no news on that whatsoever, so don't quote me, and if it doesn't happen and you're sad about that, I'm sorry, or if you're happy about that, I'm sorry I worried you. It's just a feeling. That's my prediction. So, those are my thoughts on the issue of Skyrim the Special Edition. If you think I got anything wrong, leave me a comment down below. And of course, give me your opinion on what you think about this, including my prediction regarding paid for mods. If you could possibly do it without too much drama, I would appreciate it. Although I would also be surprised at the same time. However, I look forward to reading your comments. That's a lie. I'm a little nervous about reading your comments, but I will try to do so anyway. Okay, thank you for listening.